With me today, I have a client of ours who we've had for the past 2 years, and in that time, he has dropped 34 kilos of body fat, deadlifted 115 kilos, squatted 115 kilos, found a healthier routine with his body, and completely changed his outlook on life. He has worked relentlessly to get to where he has and has earned every ounce of the achievements he has today. From a shy, timid guy who started with the most simple exercise plan to someone who now trains with high intensity and is hitting constant strength and fitness PBs. From someone who initially struggled to tie his own shoes to someone who now walks around without feeling out of breath or sweating his ass off. Today we're going to delve into his incredible story of transformation, including the highs and the lows and some of the bits in between. His name is Liam Winstone, and he is the owner of Winstone's Fine Jewellery. And here is his story.
Thank you. Thanks.
Welcome, Liam.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, mate. Thank you for coming in.
No worries.
Like I said here, we've had Liam for 2 years. He's had a great journey so far.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. I've actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot of hard work. It was a lot of hard work, but it's sort of flowed a lot better than I expected it to.
Your training overall, you mean, or
yeah,
like
with
the approach?
progression and learning new movements and being able to take aspects of some movements and using them, tweaking them to make others more sustainable for me or a bit better for me to use. Mm-hmm. Yeah, stuff. Well, even stuff in everyday life, with RDLs and stuff. Just being able to pick things up now, it's just so much easier because I know how my hip works and how my upper legs work and how I need to use different muscles to pick things up at work, heavy boxes at work and stuff like that.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do, because no one on the other side of this microphone or camera knows who you are. We do, but they don't.
Yeah, no.
All right. So let's set the scene for them. So for people who don't know you yet, can you describe who you were before your transformation so far, even physically and mentally? Where were you before here?
Yeah, so when I was younger in later high school years, I was very depressed and had a lot of mental health issues, mainly due to my size, because I was I don't know what weight I was exactly at that time, but I was hovering somewhere around 140, 150 kilos, because I was just eating my feelings and stuff, and that sort of carried on a bit later on into life, into uni and stuff like that. But once I sort of realized what I was doing to myself and seeing, like you mentioned before, when I was going for walks, even if it was 2 degrees outside, I couldn't wear a hoodie because I'd get so hot and so sweaty. I just wouldn't be able to. I'd wear shorts, t-shirts every single day because I couldn't wear anything else. Mm-hmm. And getting exhausted after walking for half an hour, mm-hmm. Which is something that you shouldn't. It shouldn't happen to you.
Shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, and and then my mum as well, who also has obviously been a client with EPM for longer than I have. She was mentioning it to me, and she was like, "You can go to the gym, see how it goes," and that sort of helped motivate me to come here, mm-hmm. because I've been to a gym before with a much less experienced personal trainer, and I had a lot of bad memories and bad not experiences, bad habits. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
What sort when you say that? What do you mean?
So using the gym and just staying on the scale every single day and just staring at it and being that's there's no change there.
Right.
Even though I knew that I was losing fat and gaining muscles, that was why the scale wasn't changing much. But because my personal trainer never thought about that or never told me about it, mm-hmm. it made me feel like I was doing something wrong. And it got to the point where I was just starving myself essentially to try and lose an extra kilo or two.
Yep. Which
obviously is not sustainable, is not very good, not healthy at all. Mm-hmm. So that really knocked me for 6 again as well and reduced my confidence, especially in the gym and comes to health and fitness, hugely.
Well, I guess if you're not seeing results or you don't know what to focus on or what to look for, it can seem sort of deterring or off-putting.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, so I guess if you're fixated on just a scale every single day, and there's no change, and even now you still drop consistently because you're still in a cutting phase, but you might have a week where it goes up a little bit, and we don't even look at it for a second because it's not a thing, as part of the journey. And
exactly, and like you track it over a longer period of time. Like you'd be like, yeah, you're up 500 grams this week, but in the last like 7 weeks, you've lost like 4 kilos.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's like you still a huge drop, and you know you've also explained to me thoroughly. Like, every time I've gained, you go, yeah, but next week you may be down. Next week you'll be down because you know you've had this little blip this week. And of course, because like I've been going to the gym long enough now with you, and like I've had enough experience with like my weight fluctuating, I don't let it get to me like I used to, because I know that like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll do the same thing next week, like same like food and stuff like that when I wasn't like on like a fixed sort of diet. Yeah, like food and stuff. And if it does go up again, I know my food's the issue, or I need to do a couple more 1,000 steps a day, or I need to work a bit harder in the gym.
Yeah, I think as well with that though, when you just said then like, even if you have a week where you stagnate or go up, and you know like, you know, next week will be different, I think also your mindset has shifted around knowing it's a long-term game as well.
100%.
So it's like there's no rush now. It's not a rush. It's like you're super young, 23, 24 now.
Yeah.
So like you know it's a long-term thing.
Yeah.
And it's not like you must be X amount by whatever it is.
Yeah.
So therefore, the emphasis on each week to week, whether it's up or down, is less as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And like I was actually thinking about, I believe it was yesterday, I was thinking about like, just like how long-term like the gym is. And I was thinking, I was like, I would like to die at like 90 years old going for like a 100 kilo deadlift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like something that
Like his ideal way to go.
Like you don't have to stop going to the gym ever. Like you can go until you're like 120 years old.
Yeah.
Like if you make it to 120, that'd be nice.
That's our fucking goal, man. That's our goal.
Yeah, 100%. And like that was another like big motivation for me going to the gym. It was I wanted to make it past 40.
Yeah.
Like that was like literally that was it. I was like I wanted to get past 40 years of age.
Really?
Like the size I was and stuff like that, and just like my general fitness, and I did nothing. Yeah. The most exercise I did was like I went to my job at Hungry Jack's for like 5 hours a week. That was it.
So your initial thoughts around to make a change was you wanted to make it past 40.
Yeah, pretty much.
As in like
I wanted to
live.
live past 40.
Really?
Because I knew what I was doing, but I didn't have any other way. I didn't have any other coping mechanisms at the time.
Yeah.
And like if I have like a shit day now, I'll go to the gym.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't very rarely have them now. Well, like days you're just a bit like, oh, I can't really be.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'll just go to the gym. I'll have another extra session at the gym. I'll even just like go. I'll lift like I'll do like 2-3 exercises.
Yep.
And it makes you feel better because you're like, I've done something today.
And something is better than nothing.
100%. Yeah.
So was there a moment like in that? Did you have like thoughts around that you might not make it past 40? Was there like a moment, or was there like blood test? Was there a scan? Was there like a feeling? Was there someone in the family? Was there like what was, why 40? Why not 50 or 30 or 60 or? I
saw other people my size or like a similar sort of size dying like very young. Like decades younger than they should have. And I was like, if I keep doing that, stay on the track that I am, which would just be keep getting bigger, keep getting more and healthier. I was like, I'm not going to make it past you know, I'll maybe hit middle age. Because like, you know, I've seen, I don't know if it's like my 600 pound life, stuff like that. Like that's the track that I was on.
Yeah, well.
And I knew that, but I didn't care.
And how old were you then roughly?
20.
20-ish.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll make it. Yeah.
Well, obviously that's a very young to have those sort of thoughts, but at the same time, it also further emphasizes your current results even more.
100%. Yeah.
Because you're only 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like four short years ago. It wasn't a decade ago. It wasn't 20 years ago. Like what you've achieved in that time is actually pretty outstanding, man. Like honestly, that's very quick.
Yeah, thank you.
Because now, like obviously, you just said 120 deadlifting, man, and like a couple of years ago, you just said that past 40 just to be alive is a goal. So that's actually pretty cool to hear.
It has. I feel like it has made a huge difference in just like my lifespan.
Just
in general, like I'm so much fitter now, so much healthier now.
Like that's awesome, man.
I can't go run a marathon tomorrow. Not that I want to, really. I don't think.
Maybe next month.
Maybe in a couple of years. Yeah, maybe. But No, but like I just want to, I want to be healthy for as long as possible, obviously.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Was there a moment that you knew that it had to change? Like, obviously you thought around the age 40. Was that the moment you then said, hey, I want to get back in the gym, I want to, seek a trainer, I want to make some changes? Or was there like a moment when you couldn't do something, or it like hit you pretty hard? Or was it, you said people passing away, you sort of noticed?
Yeah, like nothing really like gave me extra motivation. I mean, my mum did. She was always like, she was like, just give it a go. Do you know what I mean? Because she was like really worried about, like everyone in my family was really worried about it at the time. Like I was obviously blind to see it because I obviously didn't pay any attention to it. I knew what I was doing to myself. I never thought about what I was doing to the people around me whilst doing it to myself, whilst basically slowly killing myself. But so, yeah, she was she was every now and then she'd be like, why don't you just try going to the gym? Like go with Jared. Like she was like, I think he'll be good for you. Like he's not gonna be like your other personal trainer, and sort of like push you and just do the stuff that really isn't sustainable. Like my old trainer had me doing strongman from like strongman workouts from the very beginning, which I mean is good from just a pure strength perspective. But if you want to get fitter, get healthier, I mean, lifting 150 kilos twice and then having a 45-minute sit down, like that's not gonna do anything.
Doesn't really help out the fat loss phase
exactly.
Too much.
And that's what I was there. That's what I was paying him for. Like I wanted to get healthier. I wanted to get fitter. And like my only way of doing that was like the 5-minute walk on the treadmill before our session started. Like that was it.
Probably not enough to get things happening.
No, literally. So it was, and just eventually, I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not give it a go? Like, and if I don't like it, at least I'll have the excuse of I tried.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it would be an excuse at that point. Like, because I'll call myself out in it now. Like I was a very lazy person.
Yeah.
Like hugely lazy because everything was harder.
Yep.
Like going upstairs sucked. I hated it.
Well, what did it feel like when you had the extra? So to date, Liam's now down 35, so just over 35 kilos. Like, what did it feel like carrying the extra weight, like day to day?
So hard because also I've lost the weight, but I've also gotten so much stronger. So just like honestly going upstairs, like I used to actually dread stairs.
Really?
If ever I went into like a building in the city or something, or went somewhere and there was like more than like maybe 2 flights of stairs, I knew I was cooked. I was done. Yeah. Like I'd get to the top of those stairs, I'd be puffed out of breath. Like I wouldn't be able to. Like I'd have to have a 5-minute sit down. Yeah.
Well, understandably, man, like it would have been a lot harder. Like obviously, and the pressure on your joints and knees and feet and stuff.
And everything. And my heart would have been having a pounding from it because, like sitting down, I remember, because I have a smartwatch, and I remember sitting down, I'd have a heart rate of like 90 beats per minute, which is like
resting
exercise. Yeah, just sitting down. I'll be sitting down for like an hour, and I'd be like high 80s, 90 beats per minute.
Yep.
Which is like probably like mild exercise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And like that's just me sitting there, just breathing, like nothing else. Yeah. So
Well, it's a very good like comparison or a good contrast, I guess. To show that.
Yeah, and like I tried, diets. I tried every diet, and like some extreme ones. Like I know I've mentioned to you before the Fast 800.
Yeah, tell us about that. Like, when I actually first heard it. When you mentioned it to me, I don't think I'd really heard it before.
Yeah.
So maybe like here and there, but not. I didn't know the details or what it was actually about. So tell the listeners what. That is and was. So the Fast 800, so what is that? So
the Fast 800, it was developed by an English doctor. It was initially, it's sort of like Ozempic. It was initially a way to like counteract diabetes. I can't remember what type it is, the one where you gain it in life.
Type 2, yeah.
Type 2.
Yeah.
But you basically lose a lot of weight really quickly.
Yeah.
And that apparently like reduces or has like a very high chance of you just not having diabetes anymore. But people started using it for extreme dieting and to lose a lot of weight very quickly. But it was, so it was a keto diet. So I was allowed, I can't remember how many grams of carbs it was a day. It was like 10 or something. Like it was nothing. And I was on 800 calories a day. So it was, and with 16-hour fasts as well. So I fasted for 16 hours and then I was allowed 800 calories for 8 hours a day.
Yep.
And it started off really well. Like I was dropping heaps of weight, as you would when you starve yourself and don't give yourself like the fuel, like carbs that it needs. But after a while, it got I was very like slovenly, like everything which became so much harder, even though I was like down like 20 kilos or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not sustainable. I can't do this anymore. So I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But because I hadn't learned how to eat properly, how to eat like healthily and how to pick the right foods, I just went back to my old ways, which was just eating crap.
Yeah.
So I gained all of it. I think I gained like 35 kilos pretty much back over the course of like a year.
Yep.
Which was about the same amount of time I was on the diet. And
was that paired with when were you do exercising as well, or just diet? Oh, just diet. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, I dread to think what I would have been like going to the gym or doing anything with it. Like I used to go for walks and stuff, but that was just to go for a walk.
Like stock standard.
Yeah, especially like during COVID as well. Like that was. You just go for a walk because you had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, it was bad, honestly. Every time I hear someone talking about, they're starting the Fast 800 or they're going on like Ozempic to lose weight and stuff, I'm like, it's like, it's the easy route, but it's not the sustainable one, and it's not the one that'll get you the results that you want, probably.
Yeah.
Like, it may get you to...
Well, as a contrast, like, what are your calories now? Like, so that's 800, obviously, the Fast 800. What are you on, like, roughly now?
So I'm on 1,880 calories a day.
At the moment,
At the moment now. But that's, like, again, I've been cutting for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, so I of course, needed to push it back a little bit further because my body's gotten used to, like, lower calories, then, like, a slightly lower calories, gotten used to it again. But I think,
And we'll build you out of that as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like, we'll build you out. It's just, like, that's probably your lowest, I think, we've gotten to.
No, it is, 100%. Yeah, it is.
So that's, like, your lowest, and then... As training keeps progressing and everything like that, it's like a slow build out, so you can maintain those results, but not have to gain the weight back
not have
the
like
800.
a big rebound. Which would like I'd like to say it wouldn't affect my confidence, but it 100% would.
Yeah.
Like I would understand like a few kilos, like 2-3 kilos bounce back, because I mean you're just refilling everything that's been depleted over the last however many months or years.
Yeah.
But if I had like a big like 10 kilo jump, I'd be like, that's a bit rough. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Was there ever a point where you thought you wouldn't maybe be able to change? Like at the start of maybe our training, like was there a time where you're like, shit, this is actually pretty intense? Like obviously you've said that the journey's been pretty smooth from like a simple process and stuff, but like, was there a time at the start where you're like, wow, this is actually pretty hard? Because like, look, let's face it, like you haven't walked in and just like, gone on the treadmill for 5 minutes and gone home. Like you've pushed hard, you've pushed very hard.
100%, yeah.
But were there any times when you're like, this is too hard?
Like not really. It was mainly motivation was an issue. Like motivated myself to be there, to be here, because like I was very overweight, and like everyone at the gym was fit and healthy. Well, in my head it was, at least. But then like if you look around, there's a lot of people in the same situation as you. Like, and everyone at the gym, like I always thought everyone was watching me, everyone was looking at me like, oh, look at that fat kid, like, oh, why is he here? But it's just not true. No one cares about like what you're doing there, or like, and I've had people help me before. Like, if I'm like doing a new exercise or I'm doing something, that I've done something wrong somewhere. So I'd be like, just, do you want to do this? Like, do this instead, or try doing this sort of thing. Like, I know like you and everyone at EPM like helps out, but sometimes I'll do something wrong, or like I'll be on a brand new exercise that I haven't done yet, or I haven't gone through with you yet. So I'll be doing it and someone may go up and go, oh, put your hips here, or like do this, tweak this a little bit. And like, it helps build your confidence being here. And
not feel like you're being looked at or pointed at or laughed at or embarrassed or anything like that.
100%. Yeah, and like, the hardest thing about this journey that I started was starting it. Like, it was coming to the gym. Because like it is very daunting. Like, and like I said, I'd been to a gym before, but even then I was still a bit unsure about whether I really wanted to go to a gym or not. Because I had, again, like a lot of like negative memories associated with gyms, just in general.
And experiences.
So,
What were the hardest moments during your journey, and how did you push through them? So, It could be anything, man. It could be going to the gym. It could be feeling like your progress is too slow. Because, like, you know, a few years of training isn't like, you know, a couple of months. But or tracking food, or saying no to the piece of, you know, cake at a party or something, or like, what's the hardest parts for you? Like, what's it been for you, man? And it could be anything from the start to like even last week somewhere.
Honestly, it has been like, I've had a few times where I've stalled for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's been so hard to keep myself motivated. And like during that time, I will see myself maybe drop a day at the gym in the week. I'll go like 4 days instead of the 5, just because it's just like, man, I'm not getting anything out of this. Even though like I know that I am, it's like I'm not getting anything out of this. But obviously, like, I pushed through it, and like, you know, I'd tweak my diet. I'd be like, no, like after like a couple of weeks, I'd be like, nah, I'm fixing this. Like, I'm gonna change my diet a little bit. I'm gonna drop this, and I'm gonna add this instead. So the calories stay the same, but this has a bit less fat in it. So like maybe see if that tweak helps it a little bit. Or it's just pushing a bit harder at the gym, which normally is the thing that fixes it.
I was going to say if it stalled, how did we fix it? Like, or how did you, or how did we fix it? What did we do?
It was, a lot of the time it was just pushing a bit harder, or sometimes tweaking the program. Like occasionally, if we didn't drop for a while, you'd tweak the program a little bit. You may like drop the weight or up the reps, or sub out a movement for something else, like something new. And I think that also keeps it fun. Like whenever I get a new program or a new movement, I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. Like, and it's really fun, like learning all these new movements, and then like, you know, you start off at quite a conservative weight, and then like building up, and you'll be like, what am I going to get to before I like sort of like top out? I need to like start slowly progressing. Like with like barbell squat, I know we started at like 60 kilos. But then like every week I would up it by like 2.5 kilos, just the squat, just to see like, you know, like not like jump straight into it and do like bloody like 100 kilos and then like injure myself. But it was really fun for like those weeks. They kept me going. It was like, oh, but if I go today, tomorrow I get to do squat, and then I get to, you know, see what weight I'm doing now. Which I still do actually with squat especially. I love it's my favorite movement probably. I love it. I don't know why, but it's just really fun for me.
I think it's your best lift. It is.
And it's also bigger number does make it nicer.
A bit more exciting.
It does 100%, because
you can tell your friends about it, tell your work colleagues.
Like I remember when I first squatted 100 kilos, I was so happy. Like I called mum over before doing it, so get her to film it. I was so excited because like I knew I could do it, but it was like doing it was like a whole other thing. And like when you add an extra digit on the number, it like mentally makes it harder. Like, cause like the jump was only like, again, like 2.5 kilos from 97.5 to 100, but it felt like it was a 30 kilo jump.
Felt massive.
When I did it, I was like, yeah, I got it.
Shout out to Karen, by the way. We love Karen. Were there times where how did carrying any extra weight affect things like confidence, relationships, social life? Like, did you feel it affected those things directly, or?
Definitely. It affected everything, honestly, because like, you know, going out with friends, like I'd be in like, you know, this huge, like a big t-shirt, like 4 or 5XL t-shirts I was in, and I was just so much bigger than everyone else. Like I'd sit in a chair, and every time we went out, we'd get a booth, because obviously there was like a lot of us, and there'd always be chairs, and I always ended up sitting in the chair, which I hated, because again, people could like see me from the back, and I couldn't see anyone watching me. Which really, like, I struggle in social situations anyway. I'm just a bit like an awkward person, but I have gotten, which has gotten so much better with the gym. Like losing weight has built my confidence, like to like degrees I didn't think was possible. Like doing this, I would never have like agreed to like doing like a podcast or a sit down or a chat or anything like that before. But now I'm just like, nah, this is like. I
remember our first conversation in a console, and you were like very quiet and reserved, and you spoke very softly, and much different now.
But a lot louder, which a lot of people think is annoying.
You can't win, mate. It's like one minute you're too quiet, and you're yelling, it's too loud.
Which one do you want? But no, it's helped my confidence so much. Social settings, so much better. Like my relationship with friends, so much better. Like I'm much more confident around them. Like, and I engage in conversation more, which I think also helps friendships, obviously.
Awesome.
The gym is, it's like changed my life in like so many different ways. And like one of the main ways is definitely like socially. Like, so much better. Which
is super important for anyone, but also I guess people are probably more social when they're younger as well, in their 20s and late teens, and then maybe even like, late 20s and 30s. But it's like, as you get older, you sort of probably are a bit less social, like publicly and stuff. But I guess it's critical to have that and enjoy that if you want it, and not feel held back by, how you feel about yourself or confidence and, your own physical being.
And I never liked going out to like clubs and stuff. I just didn't like it. It was just loud and there was a lot of people. I just didn't like it anyway. But I mean, so it was beneficial that I had friends that didn't really like it either.
Yeah.
But I feel like, if I had more confidence, I would have tried it. And I may have had more friends and a bigger friend group and stuff like that, because I would have had more confidence with all those people in the area, like around me.
Sure.
And stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Were there times when you ever felt judged or misunderstood?
At the gym?
In general?
In general?
In general.
Yes. I felt like I was, but I mean, I probably wasn't. It's just me in my own head. Like, especially when I was bigger, I'd see people just looking. And they probably weren't looking at me and stuff, out at the shops or something. And I'd be like, they're looking at me. Why are they looking at me? Why are they what are they doing? And then I feel like everyone is, judging me for my size and stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So looking into some turning points, what was the first small win, you might have to think back a little bit, that made you believe that this time could be different on your journey? So obviously the Fast 800 didn't work so much.
No.
What about this time where it's been different and it's been like a greater result for a more sustainable period as well? Was there a time when maybe you dropped a pant size, you saw a kilo go, you pushed a PB in the gym? Was there a time when you're like, shit, this is kind of working?
No, it was mainly my clothes sizes.
Yeah.
Because I obviously track my weight every week and once or twice a week, and I know that scale goes down, but when I see pant sizes or clothes sizes going down, it's awesome. I mentioned to you before, I went shopping, clothes shopping, because I had to the other day, and I bought my first pair of size 36 inch waist jeans since I was probably 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've always been quite a bigger kid, just in general. And then I had a large size t-shirt as well, which again, I don't even know the last time I was in one of those. Yeah, I was in adult men's clothes when I was 10. 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
And that was, that's a huge win that I took on myself as well. But no, it was mainly, clothes sizes, and then hitting PBs at the gym that I'd sort of just I hadn't I'd never set myself a number for a certain exercise, but I'll hit it, I'll do a weight, I'll do an exercise a certain weight, I'll be like, man, that was awesome. That was a win.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that. It's an awesome answer.
Yeah, I just went off of I guess the vibe of what I was doing at the time. It was if I was doing squat, I said 100 kilos, that was that was a huge thing for me. I really wanted to get there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what have you learned? Now, it could be a more recent sort of thing we've been talking about actually outside of this episode, but what did you learn about discipline and consistency that surprised you? So obviously overall there's a level of discipline and consistency that's needed to help get the result, but is there anything that's surprised you?
Not really. I knew that it was going to take a lot of work, I guess, or a lot of motivation.
What about even maybe with your tracking? Remember the tracking you started doing a bit closer?
Yeah. No, true. Actually, yeah. The tracking. It was
surprising
hard,
to me, but
no,
it kind of. I think you were a little bit surprised about, or you.
Yeah.
We're happy and surprised about it because it sort of changed things for you again.
100%, yeah. Because I knew how to use MyFitnessPal and tracking apps and stuff from before, but I'd never learnt about I knew I had this many calories to eat a day, but I never really looked at and studied or learnt about the macronutrients and specific types, different types of fat and different types of carbs and different sources for it, and then stuff that I think I was, oh no, that's healthy, but then you actually read the nutritional label and you go, nah, never mind, it's all fat and stuff that you just never looked at before.
And it makes tracking or sticking to your macros harder.
Yeah, and when I was tracking loosely, I would only just sort of look at the calorie count. But I wouldn't look at the fact that I'm only having 40 grams of protein that day. And the rest of that's all coming from carbs and fat.
Yeah.
But your body's just going to go, oh, give me the extra energy, yeah, I'll take it. And then you just weight stays the same, or you put on a bit of weight, like, because, you know, with carbs and stuff, you retain more water with it, the more carbs you eat. So, and that was, yeah, it was a big change, and it was a surprise. And like I mentioned before, like sort of like fixing my diet to like a structured like 3 meals a day. I thought it was going to be really hard, and like really, I would really struggle to like get through it. But I found meals.
In what way? Hard because of why?
Like boring.
Okay.
Because I felt like I would have gotten to the point where I would be eating the same food and I'd be like, man, this again, like seriously, like, and like you get a little bit like almost like flavor fatigue. Like if you eat a lot of food, like the same food, you'll get a bit bored of it and you'll start tasting like almost like bad. But I actually haven't. It's been like 6 or 7 weeks, I think now, 7 or 8 weeks that I've been doing it, eating the same meal every day, and honestly, it's been fine. I've actually been kind of enjoying it. That's because I've been picking the foods that like I just enjoy eating.
Yep.
And like I have pasta every day, and that is like the highlight of my day.
Yum.
I love pasta. Still do. Always have. Always will.
It's a pretty good outcome. Pretty good setup you've got.
Yeah, and I've structured the food so that it hits like exactly like it like I need like 0 grams more of nothing. Like any of my macros a day.
It's bang on.
So it's bang on, and like it'll be like I'll have like 104 grams of pasta instead of 100 was just serving because I needed an extra 3 grams of carbs. You know what I mean?
Good.
So it's just like it was like fine tweaking over the first few weeks, but yeah, that and mustard. I know it sounds funny, but mustard honestly is like so.
Well, hang on, for the listener, this is a cheat code, yeah?
Yeah, honestly, it is.
Because you came to me and you were like pretty shocked about it, and you were stoked you'd found it.
Yeah, because I had never
Why is it so good?
I never really liked mustard, but for some reason I just love it all of a sudden, and it tastes unhealthy almost, but it doesn't have anything real bad in it. It's like 10 calories for like a 15-gram serving or something like that. So like if I do start getting a bit bored, or I feel like I maybe like every like week I'll have like a day where I just put mustard on my food, and it like adds just like this different, like a completely different flavor. And like I like kind of like acidic sort of foods, and that's what mustard sort of is.
Yeah, it is a bit.
And it just adds like an extra flavor. You're like, man, this is really good, and it like rejuvenates.
It's a bit of an old like bodybuilding hack. Like back people used to prep with like, you know, chicken and broccoli and chicken and beans and stuff. It's like they would use mustard on their chicken breast. Yeah. Because it's pretty low cal, it was kind of tasty, and it's been around for a bit of a while, but people it's coming back again, I think.
Yeah, and like
it's on the come around.
Yeah, and like I actually looked the other week at like the ingredient list, because I was like, there's going to be like so much stuff in here that I can't pronounce, and it's not that bad. And I also saw there was turmeric in it. Oh yeah. Which apparently is really good for, I think it's like joint health.
Yeah, inflammation.
Like
it is.
Inflammation. That was it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm doing a good thing by eating this mustard.
I'm now healthy.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. We've sort of covered it a little bit already, but it might be a bit of a different angle to answer it. How did your relationship with food, training, and yourself change? Like, you're more structured now, you're a bit more organised with food, for example, and training. Like, has it changed with Fast 800 or anything you're doing beforehand? I guess you're kind of probably just like purely doing it to try and get an outcome in a short time span. Whereas like now it's almost like maybe more out of enjoyment. You enjoy the lift, you enjoy chasing the PB, you eat to help serve the longer term outcome as well. Yeah. How has it sort of changed for you, do you think, like, or the relationship with that stuff, like, or has it, maybe it hasn't changed much?
You hit it pretty much right on the head, honestly. Like, it's for enjoyment now. Like I do enjoy eating food. Like I always will love food. Like that's just who I am.
We love chocolate. We love
100%.
Whatever the heck's there.
But it makes me think like, twice before I do something. Like if I'm going, like again, like at the moment I'm on a structured diet where I sort of eat the same thing. But like if I go out with mates for dinner, like I will track the whole week because I'll give myself a few extra calories here and there. Yeah. Like I'll have a bit less pasta, like with my lunch or something like that, because then that'll give me an extra 20, 30 calories a day. But over the week, that's an extra 200 calories that I can eat. And then
do that every week for a month.
Exactly.
And then it's 800 before you even know it.
Exactly. Yeah. So like if I know I have like a big day coming up, like, you know, like a wedding or something, like that I know I'm just gonna, so I'm gonna enjoy myself, I'm gonna enjoy the food. Like I'll reduce things a little bit, not much, so that it's like I'm more hungry at all. It won't make any difference, but it gives me that extra room, I guess, for like that extra food. and like I'll track the whole, like I'll track the whole week, and then the day of, if I'm going out with mates to like a restaurant, I know it's going to be like, you know, they just don't really serve healthy food. Like you can't get like a chicken wrap or something like that. Like I'll give myself, you know, like 1,000, 1,200 calories that day.
Space for
on top of the extra like 200 maybe or 300 that I'd gained from like the week before. So that I knew that I had that extra room and that I could enjoy the food. And I could be like, I want this, and I want chips with it. I'm having chips too.
You can have it, yeah.
Because I can have it. And then, it's allowed me to appreciate food more.
Yeah, and I think what you're sort of explaining as well and describing is just like a lot of our clients go through this is they develop a sense of awareness around stuff. So the tracking gives you awareness on like what you can and can't have within reason, and then it allows to sort of taps on the shoulder to let you know that you've got space later on or you haven't. Yeah. And then, you know, you mentioned that you might track all week quite closely to be able to go out and have a meal. And people sometimes say it's like, it's too strict or it's too limiting and rigid. But yes, it's discipline, but also then equals freedom. So like, you know, the saying discipline equals freedom, it's very true in that sense as well, 100%. Because by being stricter through the week or on the weekend, whatever the period is, then it allows you to then have much more freedom and not worry about it as much. So it's like, it gives that space. And
you can feel good, and it's a reward. I think of it as like a reward. It's like, I've worked extra hard this week. I've dieted. I've eaten a bit less, not much, but a bit less. And like, this is what I get for doing that. You know what I mean? And then my results won't change. I won't gain weight the next week, or I won't gain like as a result of that meal. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like I had a bit of a blowout. I ate like maybe 2,000 calories at dinner. Like that was a bit rough. Yeah. But then I'll weigh, you know, a few days later after like the extra weight just from the food and stuff has sort of gone. I'll weigh, and then I'll be the same weight or I'll be less. I'll lose weight. Which has happened. Like I had a birthday dinner recently where I had Indian. Yeah. And I kind of just went out. I had a rough day at work. I was like, all right, that's it. I'm just going to have food. I'm going to enjoy it. And then I lost 400 grams, like 2 days later.
Yeah, you smashed some tikka masala or something like that. What's it called? Is that what it was? Really? That's the only Indian food that I know is that one meal. I'm not very cultured in that sense, but I haven't had much Indian in my life, but I was just thinking of what have I heard of before? Tikka masala.
Tikka masala. I had naan bread. I had pakoras as well. I had rice. I had a bit of a blowout, and I was like, man, this may be a bit rough in a couple of days. But no, and then I weighed. I was down 400 grams. I was like, sweet. I was like, that was nice.
All right. What about how do you feel walking to the gym now compared to when our very first session?
Oh, it's so different.
Even in like a short sentence, maybe what's the difference between like sort of now and then when you first started?
When I first walked in, I was so nervous. I was super nervous. Like I knew there wasn't really a reason to be, but I just because of like, I guess, stigma related to gym and like the stereotype of like gym people or like gym bros being, you know, like these assholes really.
These pack of pricks.
Yeah, but like, and obviously like I knew it wasn't true, but nowadays I just walk in. Yeah. It's like I don't even think about it when I'm here. Like I just walk in and
Did you do a pre-workout poo?
Always. Always.
Not just if you're not doing a pre-workout poo, you're missing out. That's the stock standard.
Yeah, because it allows you to lift more. You know what I mean? Like I'll do an extra half kilo squat.
That's why he dropped half a kilo last week, wasn't it?
It was.
It wasn't his progress, it was his bowel movements.
Yeah, it was. I actually am the same size. I just lost 40 kilos.
Nice, man. So this one might take a second to think about. What has losing 35 kilos given you that you didn't expect?
It's a cheap answer. Honestly, I'd say everything. I know that's a bit of like a weird answer.
Can there be one or something that, or surprising, or you didn't expect it, or is...
It's given me like, I'd say like my social skills, I guess. Because I always thought that I was just like a socially awkward person. Just because like that's just how I always was growing up and stuff. Like I didn't really like enjoy conversations.
How come?
But, I don't know. I've just always preferred to be like on the outside of a conversation. But now, like when I think back or like look back at it, I've always been like that was probably just the fact that my confidence was so low, and it like kind of like always had been like lower. Like I just never thought that I should be like a part of the conversation. So I would just be like on the outskirts of it.
Why is that?
Just because, I don't know, it was like just a huge confidence thing. Like I struggled with like massively with depression when I was like when I was younger, into like my mid to late teens, like 16, 17 sort of thing. Mainly due to my size and stuff like that. And then like I had some bullying issues, but that wasn't the main issue. That was just something that happened, I guess, as a result. So I think it was just because of my confidence and stuff. It's given me the ability to socialize with people. And like, you know, with like a retail job that I had, being able to talk to customers was just so much, just made life easier. Like I was able to joke and have a laugh and a joke with customers as well. And like, you know, it was working at a bottle shop, so there was a lot of tradies and stuff coming through that, you know, I was just scared of basically, because a lot of the people that were like popular, I guess, in high school that I like wouldn't dare go near basically, just because like their social standing was so much higher above me. Like that was them.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? And like I've seen a few of them coming through, like I saw a few of them coming through work, and I'd like have a chat with them and I'd have a conversation with them, and I was like, they actually weren't bad people. It was just the fact that I had made myself that person in conversations.
And believe that.
That I don't really need to be a part of the conversation. As long as I'm present, it's fine. But now it's like, no, I want to be a part of conversations. I want to participate. I want to add my opinion.
Sure.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, and have input, which it's probably a good point you make. It's like, I guess if people are feeling that way in certain situations or settings or in their life in general, it's like you want people to feel like they have input. And it's important to feel like you give input, because without it, it's like, what are you contributing to the world? And I think ultimately, that might sound a bit deep here or there, but people feel great or they feel better when they have input to give. And they're a part of something. It's a conversation, it's a workplace, it's a community, it's whatever it is, it's the gym. And then you feel, and that's where a lot of like people, I think, self-worth comes from as well, is feeling you can contribute to things, whether it's a conversation or it's a workplace or it's whatever you want to do. But that's, I think, a pretty cool point you make about that.
And like you said, self-worth, like that, if I could put into one word, that probably would be what the gym has given me. Like the ability to know what I, like who I am, that I deserve to be appreciated, and that I deserve to be like a part of a bigger group, and that I deserve to like have nice things.
Absolutely, you're fucking oath you do. Awesome, man. If the Liam from 2 years ago could see you today, what would he think?
Oh man, there'd be like so much. Like I look in the mirror now and I'm like, I can't believe that I look like this. Because like it's always obviously like been there, but it's been like hidden obviously underneath like layers of fat and stuff. And it's just, in my head, when I started this time at the gym, I had like a sort of like physique in my mind that I wanted to get to, but I've already passed that. Because I'd never, at least from memory, I'd never seen myself like not overweight. So, and like with like any sort of muscle definition, like which is starting to come in now. Like it's something that I never thought I would just have. So, and it's given me so much, and I know that 2 years ago me would just be like, just keep going, like go a bit further, like you can do a bit more, like it may be a bit harder, like you know, as you get lower and you lose more weight and you get closer to like a lower body fat percentage, it's harder to lose more. But like just push a bit harder, you can get a bit maybe a bit more out. Like, and I have like a goal weight, which I think is between 90 and 95 kilos. But again, that's
and
just
and
like...
what are you right now?
104.
104,
0.5 or 0.4, something like that. And that's just, but that to me right now, that's just a number. Like I said, I'm not looking at the scales anymore. Like obviously I pay attention to it. Obviously the scale goes up, maybe I'll be like, okay, maybe I did something wrong, or what did I do last week wrong?
Still a tracking metric, but it's not the be all and end all for you.
No, exactly. So now I'm just going off of like physical look. So I'm just like, I feel like around that weight, I'll be at a point where I'll be like, nah, I'm happy. Like, this is what I want to be. Like I would love to be like super shredded, have like 2% body fat, and stuff like that. But I'm like, I know that like I just wouldn't have the determination. And honestly, I like food. And I feel like to be like that, like to be like, and like an extreme sort of like super shredded, like it takes so much discipline that I wouldn't have. I would be able to do it.
Well, you're not willing to trade for it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And like I like food. Like I enjoy eating. Like
yeah, definitely. And we have that conversation with clients quite often. It's like there's levels to it with how lean you can get, and each one you get to and each one you get lowered to, there's a trade-off.
Yeah.
And at first it's like, you know, you go from X amount of calories down to 2,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Then it's 1,900.
Yeah.
Then it's 18. Then it's 17. You know, depending on if you're male or female.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, you start going out to social things a bit less.
Yeah.
Because everyone's eating, you know, cake and chocolates and dessert. And then it's like, then you start training a bit more. And all of a sudden
100%.
you're saying no to other things, or you've got to reduce your work hours in extreme cases. And like, you know, people that compete in like bodybuilding shows or physique shows, it's like they have to start saying no to more and more and more to get that lean. And a lot of our clients, it's good. It's really good the ones who are realistic.
Yeah.
And they're okay with it, because we have some people who come in, like, you know, maybe they're not a great client, they don't work out long term with us.
Yeah.
Where they come in and it's like, hey, I want a 6-pack in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's like,
it doesn't really happen that way.
Yeah, but if you need to start at this sort of physique to do that.
Yeah, and
like,
to be realistic, you'll have it in a year.
Yeah.
Because you haven't trained before.
Yeah.
And you're like 16 kilos overweight at the moment from what your probably goal weight would be.
Yeah.
And like, they don't understand, like, it's not that easy and quick. And they don't understand that you got to, there's a trade-off.
Yeah.
And there is something you got to, some things you got to say no to get there.
And like,
but,
talking about trade-offs and like sacrificing things, I guess. So like I said before, I worked at a bottle shop. And so, I mean, I used to drink alcohol, which, I mean, like you still could do and like lose weight and be fine, but I stopped doing it just because I knew that like if, you know, it was maybe every like 2 or 3 months I'd go with my mates to like the city, go to the bars and like drink, I guess, excessively. And I would gain like, you know, 1.5 kilos and like doing it. And it was like, yeah, sure, the food I eating wasn't bad, but I mean, you weren't eating much. You don't eat much food when you're out in the city, like at bars and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was the alcohol. And then I was like, so I gained 1.5 kilos this week, which just wrote off the last 2 weeks of progress.
Yeah.
But then, like at least 2 weeks of progress, but then it takes me another week to lose this. Because like, yeah, the weight will drop off fast, but it'll take that week to get off. So I've just lost 3 whole weeks of progress just because I went out for one day. And like, if I do that every 3 months, like I said, because like I say, like me and my mates, we don't go out very often. Like we'll go to like each other's houses maybe, or like we'll go out to like a restaurant for like a meal, but we don't go out to like bars and stuff. But I was like, if we do that once every 3 months, I'm missing out on a quarter of my actual like workouts. And just because of the fact that I'm going out that one day and also spending a fortune.
Yeah.
Like alcohol is not cheap. Like, so you'll go out and spend $200-300 and then you'll also at the same time write off 3-4 weeks of like progress
as well.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone who is stuck where you once were?
Just try it. Honestly, like I know, like, because I've seen it before, like a bunch of people online, like fitness influencers and stuff like that started at like a very high weight and they lost all this weight in like, you know, over like these years. And you're like, yeah, but really, can you do it? And like the answer is yes. Like, because I used to be that person. I used to be like, yeah, but it was an excuse for me. I was like, yeah, but can you actually lose like 50 kilos? Like, and without like medical intervention, stuff like that. But it is possible. I mean, like I'm, you know, I guess an example of being able to just basically just knuckle down and just do it. Yeah.
But you're not wrong though, because the sound of 50 kilos sounds like almost extreme or like not possible.
Yeah.
And you're about to crack 35. You just cracked 35, I think it is, overall. We said 34 at the start. I just realized it's 35. But like you're 15 kilos off 50 kilos.
Yeah.
And like you're going to get there as well.
And
it's like, and it sounds like someone lost 50, like what the fuck? That's a lot.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, because like one of my goal weights would either be, it's like either 90 or 95. And like if I do want to get to 90, that will be 50 kilos.
Yeah.
Because I started at 140.
It was, yeah.
So like that, and like it's
And it sounds crazy. I think as well, if you think for the time frame, it becomes realistic, but it's very hard to picture that in the moment.
Yeah.
Like at day one, at 140 kilos, you're looking up this mountain or staircase of like, holy shit, this is going to take a long time to get to.
Yeah, and I hated stairs when I was 140 kilos.
You hate stairs at the best of times, let alone this journey you're about to embark on.
And it was so scary. Like when I stood on the scales the first time, because I hadn't stood on the scales for years before then. So I didn't know what weight I was. Like I had in my head, I was like, maybe I'll be like 110, 120 kilos. Like definitely overweight, like quite overweight, but not like that much, surely. But then when I stood on the scales, I was like, damn, I was like, I've got like a lot of work to do. And it was really scary. Like I remember going home and being like, man, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Like, what have I done?
No, literally, I was like,
this trainer.
I was like, but also like, I can't. And the benefit of going with a trainer as well is they sort of like not hold you accountable, but I guess kind of in a sense they do hold you accountable, or they like it's another person that you're letting down if you don't at least try. Do you know what I mean? It's like not only are you letting yourself down and like everyone around you, or the people that like that you love and you want to make sure you live like my parents, for example. I'd love to live longer than them, or like to like live like past their time, which like I wasn't sure at the time was going to happen. So do you know what I mean? Like, and like not trying, and that was like you just got to find ways to really like motivate yourself to the point where you're like, nah, like if I don't do this, this is a problem.
It's got to be addressed.
It has to be done. Yeah. So if you can do that and find ways around it, like I don't know, like an example of like using like extreme like mental like I don't know how to explain it, like extreme techniques, or like extreme like thoughts and being like on like very extreme ends, like, and also fitness related actually, like Eddie Hall when he did like that 501 kilo deadlift. Like he had to picture like a car on top of his kids, I think it was, and they had to like lift the car. It's like making like very like extreme scenarios in your head to keep yourself motivated, or to allow yourself to do like what you should be able to do. Yeah,
I think it's necessary sometimes, man. I think I think a lot does get done, can get done, and if you want like an exceptional or an extreme result, you've got to go to an extreme place. Mentally sometimes, and I think without it, it doesn't drive someone enough. You've got to be almost like not sick in the head, but your mind's got to go pretty dark sometimes. I've heard that story a lot with different types of industries and stuff. A lot of like bodybuilding or powerlifting and those sort of sports where extreme effort is required for something. I guess anyone at the highest point of their field needs extreme effort, but in those circumstances, all of those examples, people have said things similar in their family or their partners, or so I think I think there's a lot of truth to it for sure.
And it's like you just find ways to motivate yourself, especially when like you said, like you have this huge mountain to climb, and like like people just don't think that like a number like 35 kilos or 50 kilos, it's just like people just think like it's such a high number that it's just you can't lose that weight. Like it's just not possible.
And we also don't say it to you at the start either, because it sounds unrealistic and it sounds like, dude, we're not going to do that much. It's just like, look, let's just lose our first half kilo, and once we do that, let's celebrate the shit out of it for a minute or two.
Literally.
And we move on.
No.
Celebrate, move on. Exactly. Celebrate, move on. It's like it has to be very small.
You have to have goals set. Further goals set before you even complete the ones that you've like the ones that are close to you. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like losing your first kilo. It's like you'll do it, but like when you're like really heavy, like I was, losing that first kilo took no time. Because I just had so much to lose, and my body was like, just take it, it's fine. I've got plenty. Like,
let's start there.
Literally. But then it's like, all right, lose 1 kilo. It's like, cool, no worries. Now I'm going to lose 2 kilos. Then you lose 2 kilos. It's like, all right, now I'm going to lose 3 kilos is my goal. Then I'll lose 3 kilos.
I know what I'm doing now. You sort of get a feel for it.
Exactly. And once you sort of get into the rhythm of like what your body expects or what your body like does. Like in response to certain things, like different, like certain exercises or certain levels of exertion. Because like sometimes you go to the gym and you just won't have a great day. You'll just, sometimes you'll just have days like your lifts will all just be really bad. Like you would have dropped like a bunch of weight and then you're like, man, that was bad. But then you think to yourself like, no, I've still worked as hard as I possibly could. It was just the fact that, I don't know, maybe like I was getting sick and I didn't realize, or like maybe just because I haven't had quite as much time between workouts as I normally do. It's like, no, I've still put in 100%. And you will still see results because you've done all that your body can do. So it's like the same thing as when I first started, I don't know, doing like bench press or something, or like dumbbell bench press, doing like a 12.5 kilo, dumbbells was like physically exerting, it was really bad and it was hard. But now doing, like 22, 25 kilos, it's the same level of exertion and I'd be getting the same results out of it. But it's just because of progress, obviously the weight's gone up. But again, if I had, I don't know, I did something the previous day that that exhausted my chest, then I do bench the next day and I only do 12.5 kilos. No, I still did 100%. I still worked as hard as I possibly could. Yeah.
Awesome. If you had to sum up your transformation into one core lesson, what would it be?
Just believing, I guess, in yourself and what you're capable of doing. It is a learning curve, 100%, but it's not hard. It's a bit daunting and it is scary in the beginning. But
you just got to believe.
You just got to believe that you can do it.
Yeah. And just keep believing.
Yeah, literally.
Don't stop.
Just don't stop.
Don't stop.
Take the small wins and celebrate them as much as you want to motivate yourself to keep going on to the next one.
Yeah, however that looks for you.
Yeah.
However it looks for the person individually.
100%. Yeah.
Awesome. What's the next mountain you want to climb now that you've achieved this so far? What's next for you, man? Is it, we're going to go into what you do as your business soon, but what's next? We've got your strength goals there, your sort of body goals a bit, anything else that's sort of popped up now that you're sort of gone through the journey so far that could be a thing for you that never was or never would have been?
Yeah, I guess this is also gym related, but it's something really big that I do want to do and I want to get done. So once I lose all the weight that I want to and get to the physical state that I want, I want to try and do powerlifting, just a competition, just a novice thing, not to doing just to sort of see where I'm at now in terms of progress. And another thing that I wish I'd done before, I know I've mentioned it to you before, something that I wish I'd done before I started was get blood tests and all that sort of stuff done because I wanted to see a before and after, what my body was I was actually internally before and now what it's afterwards once I've lost all the weight. I'll still go and get blood tests and get all the stuff done just because I want to see where I'm at and if there's anything that I'm low on that I can supplement in just to help my progress now, because obviously once I lose the weight I want, I'll then move to more of a bodybuilding / maybe powerlifting sort of regimen.
Yeah, a bit of a build and stuff.
Yeah, so I want to start building and then I'll want to know what I need, what I don't need. Yeah.
Awesome, man. And a bit of a side note, I wanted to mention it because I personally don't know a lot of jewelers, but Liam here is a jeweler, has his own business, Winstone's Fine Jewellery. Tell us, audience again, I'm sure not everyone knows a ton of jewelers. A lot of them are bigger commercial-based, businesses, but more sort of boutique, private sort of ones like yourself. You've been doing it for a couple of years now, but what do you specialise in? What is it? What do you do? Tell everyone, because I think it's interesting when I first heard about it as well.
Yeah, that's cool. It's I specialise in bespoke pieces, so unique pieces that are made to order. Online consultations and stuff, especially engagement rings. Is something that I want to really start focusing on specialising in, just because it has engagement rings have just so much extra meaning that I appreciate, and I think other customers will appreciate the attention that I give them and the attention to detail as well that I go into that you may not get from some of the big box stores where you just go in, pick a ring off the shelf and then you take it home. You can customize it however you want. I have access to the largest diamond marketplace on the planet. It's over 2 million diamonds on there, which is really cool, which gives so much versatility, colored diamonds, stuff like that, lab, natural, and other gemstones sapphires, rubies, stuff like that I have access to as well. And I get enjoyment out of seeing other people happy, basically, as a result of it. Because, you know, whenever I see photos of, you know, the people who've gotten engaged with a ring that I've made, I'm like, man, that's so cool. Like,
that is cool, yeah.
I guess not that I've allowed it to happen, but I mean, I'm a big part of it.
Yeah,
like,
you played a part, yeah.
And it's something that I guess the jewelry industry has pushed for so many years, is that, you know, like diamonds forever and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not the stone itself, it's the meaning behind it, I guess. That, you know, I'm just kind of like, yeah, like this is fun. I enjoy seeing photos, like happy couples. Like when they show like the photo of the ring, I'm like, I did that. That was me.
That was you.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I sort of want to specialize in. But I mean, I do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, it's very unique, and I think it was a pretty cool part to mention about yourself, because I haven't heard of many jewels in my time. So
it's fun, yeah. And like, the gym has helped with that a lot as well. I mean, like just confidence in general, like speaking to clients.
Yep.
Like before, I would be like very timid. Like I'd be very shy. Which when you're speaking to someone that, you know, you're going to give all this money to, like you don't want them to sort of be really quiet. You want them to add to the conversation.
Yeah.
And like I said before, like I always was sort of like on the sidelines of conversations, which obviously doesn't work in that situation. I can't.
Not when you're trying to help someone and consult with them and sell them a ring, or
literally
play a part in their special thing.
Yeah. So, and it's helped with that. And then just like my confidence, like, you know, meeting clients in person would have been like, luckily I didn't have to do any of that at the time. Before obviously I started losing all this weight. But I mean, if I had, I don't know what it would have been like. I would have been so nervous. Like it would have been real bad.
Yep.
But nowadays I walk in confidently, like, because, you know, I've done all this work to get to where I am now. It's given me so much more confidence. Like I walk in, I introduce myself and stuff, and then it flows so much easier. And honestly, I feel like I've gotten like many more jobs as a result of just being more confident.
I don't doubt that at all, because it definitely goes hand in hand, and is necessary for someone who owns a business. Yeah. Any form of role like that's customer facing in some way, or, you know, service like that, it's definitely necessary. Yeah. Where can people find you? Like website, Instagram? What are your tags and your @, man?
So I've got a website. So it's winstonesfinejewellery.com.au, and you can also find me on Instagram at winstonesfinejewellery as well. And I've also got like my phone number on there and everything, and like an email that, you know, if you want to reach out, you can. And like I post stuff, you know, whenever I get jobs in, and, you know, I get obviously permission from the clients to allow me to post it on social media. I'll always post stuff. So if you find something that you like, or something that you want to take inspiration from, like, you can always reach out and
hit him up and get his jewelry.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, Liam, we are finished. I want to say thank you for coming in.
No worries.
And also to acknowledge your progress so far.
Yeah, thank you.
Because like we said before, it's not easy to do 35 kilos, to enter a gym when you're feeling not confident, shy, scared in a way. So I think it's important to acknowledge like how hard that can be for someone. And we work with a lot of clients, you know, in that boat. So we've heard, you know, a lot of stories like that before. So thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
And also being on the episode, because it takes you, like you said, prior to your transformation, you probably wouldn't have done this at all. All right. But now you are doing something like this.
Yeah,
so it's really important to mention that we appreciate you being here as well. And thanks for your time and your story, and hopefully it helps some listeners as well. But no, thank you.
No, thank you for having me. It's been really fun. I've enjoyed it.
Has been fun, man. Maybe when we crack that 50, we'll
do another one.
bring you back again, and we'll showcase the last 15 kilos.
We'll have a during and after podcast.
There you go. Done. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Cheers.